David Olson here with the Pita Pit postgame, here with head men's cross country and assistant track and field coach Mark Misch. So, Coach, you were in San Francisco a couple weeks ago for the San Francisco State Distance Carnival.
Yep.
What were a couple notable performances from that weekend?
Well, you know, it was a great opportunity, particularly for some of our younger people, to get a chance to compete at sea level. And we had, I'd say, half of our guys were competing in a distance maybe they haven't run yet this year, or even for some the first time they've run it on the track, like the 5,000, for example. But overall, a lot of positives. The weather was great. Kyle McCloskey had a good race in the 1500, kind of a step forward, which kind of set up the race we just ran last week at CU. Travis Anderson had a nice race in the 1500. Dave Camayo had a PR, and it was just like a hair of a second off the second fastest time ever for UCCS in the 5K. Corey Brown had a really nice 5K, a PR, 14:56, so that was nice to break the 15-minute barrier. And then had a lot of guys, like a lot of freshmen in there, like Willie Moore, Chad Glover, and Will Meekum, who's freshman eligibility in track, and Ben Patz, or some of those guys really did a good job for their first go in the 5K as well. So it was a really good trip overall. A couple, you know, everything's perfect. There's some things we got to keep working on, but overall it was a successful trip. I'm glad we went.
Yeah. And then so last week the team was at the Colorado Invitational, hosted by CU Boulder. You already kind of mentioned performances by Kyle McCloskey and David Camayo.
Yeah.
But Kyle McCloskey ended up with a provisional qualifying time in the 1500. Can you speak to his performance and what that race looked like?
Yeah, you know, well, we were, first of all, really fortunate to have great weather. Like, that was huge. And we knew that if we, you know, didn't have any wind, that particular race, that meet, usually is pretty high caliber traditionally. And this year was actually the deepest field in that event that I've ever seen since I've been here. And it was a barn burner. But he and David were in the fast section, the fastest heat, and they ran fantastic. I mean, Kyle, it was a personal best by over 3 seconds. It was 350.19, which is a good run. I mean, you start to get close to breaking 350 is a nice, it's a pretty good barrier. And that was the second fastest time ever in team history. And David Camayo, it was his first 1,500 meter outdoor, and he ran the mile indoor, but the first 1,500 outdoor, his first one in 3 years on a track. So for him to run 352.26, and that was the third fastest time on our list, just ahead of Paul Mann and Matt Cameron. So that was a nice run for him, and definitely both those guys made the most of a day where the weather was good, the field was fast, and they just jumped on the train, and they ran smart tactically and really maxed out, I think, for where we're at. So it was good.
Okay. So a couple weeks from now, the team will be in San Diego for the Triton Invitational.
Yep.
What are a couple goals as far as what kind of performances should we expect coming from that weekend?
Well, you know, we've not gone to this meet before, but I know the coach there, and he speaks highly of it. We've kind of planned it. We knew it would be a good opportunity, especially in the 5K. They run at night, like about 7:30 or so the weather should be pretty conducive. The 1,500 field will be good, and we got Kyle in there. Travis Anderson will run. Willie Moore will run the 1,500, first time at sea level this year. So we're looking for a good performance out of him, hopefully. You know, Dave Camayo will be in the 5K. Corey Brown just came off 5th fastest time in school history in the 3,000 at CU, and that was really windy. In fact, when he ran the race, it was late in the day. It was really windy, so that effort was worth more than was on paper. He was still, I think, 4th collegiate in the field, and he ran well. So he's in good form. He's really been in the best shape I've ever seen him. He's healthy, and so I think he could lower his 5K PR if the weather's good out there. Just overall, for more of our guys, just a step forward. I mean, they're training well. We're actually, as a whole, really in a good spot right now, and so we just want to keep rolling, and they know that this is a great opportunity, and we want to try to make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, that is all I have. Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks for having me, Dave. Appreciate it.